Hey, it's Lisa here, host of the Sacred and Rooted podcast. Welcome. This episode is part of a multi-episode series called The Happiness Habit. And so if you do enjoy this episode, please like, share, and subscribe. And also listen to all the other series episodes for just like a little injection of quick ways to make yourself just a little more fulfilled, a little more content with your life. And so this episode, I am focusing on it's not so much a quote like the other episodes, but there's this beautiful book called The Pivot Year. And the author is Brianna Wiest, or Wiest actually, not West, sorry about that. Brianna Wiest. And it's called The Pivot Year, 365 Days to Become the Person You Truly Want to Be. And this excerpt is from day 33. So every day for 365 days, each page has sort of like a paragraph of just a little inspiration kind of thing. And so this one on day 33 I wanted to highlight for this episode. If you do not know what to do next, it usually isn't because your next step is far out in the distance, but rather right in front of your feet. You are being asked to stop gazing outward and start looking inward. You are being called to rebuild yourself at this exact moment. If you do not know what to do next, it is not because you need to seek more answers, but rather accept the ones you've already been given. If you do not know what to do next, it's time to learn to be in the answered prayer that is this very day. It's time to learn how to use what you already have and be as you really are. It's time to stop waiting for future scenarios to bring your dreams into the light, but to dig them out from beneath your fear and begin. Truly begin. And that is, I just love it. So I think this is what a lot of people do. I mean, I know that a lot of people do this, but I also think that even more people do this that I don't even know. And so I thought I would bring this, highlight this in these little episodes this summer. And I am totally guilty of this myself, because we're human. We've been trained through socialization in our families and all over the place to look externally for the answers. And even to become distracted by, I need to do the next training. I need to read the next book. I need to, maybe when I'm 46, whatever. There's always like another thing to do before you really do it, if you know what I mean. And so even a few hours ago, I was talking to this group of girls that I have, well, I should say women, this group of women that I'm friends with, and we have a WhatsApp group. And, one of them had mentioned that she was getting prepared and getting ready to do this, on Zoom sort of new moon ceremony with a bunch of her clients. And so we started talking about that, and I was starting to type into the chat all these I really do think that'd be cool. I'd love to do that. And all these little stories about why I haven't already done it. And then I started deleting what I was typing because I'm like, man, that's a dumb excuse. That's not really good. And there is really no good excuses most of the time. It's just these little things that we first I have to, find the perfect place. And next I have to, maybe it's not going to be in the summer because maybe everyone's away on vacation. And there's always, a lineup of things like, why shouldn't you do it now? And to notice when you're doing that, and just to get out of that habit and say, you know what, forget it. I'm going to just do it, and I'm going to see how it goes. And it doesn't have to be the most perfect thing that ever happened. It can just be done. And from there you can learn and you can tweak and you can do whatever. But to not even do it is a shame. It's a shame. And if not in this lifetime, when? As my Reiki teacher says. And I get that gets me every time, because it's like, seriously, why not now? Really, why not now? So when you're not sure what to do next, and, I also get stuck in this where I like to, I love the grand visions. I love the like existential, what are we here for? What are we doing? Like all of that stuff. I love it. But at the end of the day, we have to get it all cooked down to like, what are we going to do today? Or what are we going to do this week? And if you're not sure what to do next, just do something small. It doesn't have to be some grand thing. It can just be something like one step closer to something that you think you would like to do, or that you're good at, or that you enjoy, or that you're curious about. And just see, we each have so much to offer. And I think most of the time we can't see it as well as other people can. So that may be even an avenue where it's like, talk to some friends and just have them throw out ideas. Like, what do people come and ask you about? What do people come to you for? What are other people seeing in you? Like, flashes of your greatness. What are those to them? And maybe that'll open up some avenues for you. And so that's what this this paragraph, I guess, is saying at the end of the day. Like, stop waiting for some future scenario to bring your dreams into the light, but to dig them out from beneath your fear and begin. I have a coach who, I can't remember who she said it to her, but she said to, basically, it's like, whatever you're feeling resistance around, go do that. And the level of your resistance to it is equal to the power that you have on the other side of your fear. And so if you are feeling like totally freaking slammed to the ground with fear, use it not as a sign that you shouldn't do it, but as a sign of like, oh yeah, okay, I have some work I can do here. I have some things I can move through here. And on the other side of that is like more greatness. It's almost not more greatness in like an ego way, but it's like your soul will be able to shine through better because you're no longer cloaked in this fear of whatever sort. And so, dig your dream life out from under your fears and just begin, truly begin. And you will be amazed at what will happen. There'll be things that you can never, you can never, like the other, I've said it a bunch of different ways, but in past episodes, but there's just so many synchronicities and so much, weaving together towards you that you have no way, like it's way past our brain capacity to understand all of the little ripples that we put out in the world and how they'll come back to us in good ways. And so the more practice we get with just noticing fear, acknowledging fear, but then also getting on with it, and just fear's gonna walk with me, so I'm just gonna keep walking in my direction of my dreams, and to not be bogged down with it, I guess, or to just realize that it's just part of the game. The game of life comes with a whole big side of fear, for sure. But yeah, so if you're not sure what to do next, and you're kind of in a transition period, or you're, maybe you're recovering from burnout and you're just like, wow, what do I do with this? Where do I go from here? There could be any number of reasons that you might be in that kind of a phase of your life. And to just, for now, maybe the grand visions will come later. But for now, just really, like, what can you do today to move yourself in the direction of your joy, of your genius, of your curiosity? And don't let fear stop you. Don't let fear stop you. Because what you have under that fear is like so awesome and so incredible, and somebody in the world needs it. And so please be bold enough to walk with fear and just truly begin. All right. And there is no bigger joy in your life than fully expressing your soul and the creativity and the amazingness of your soul. And so as you begin to do that more and more, your happiness will just, like, it'll skyrocket, because there's just nothing better. And it doesn't mean that everything you do is going to be the most successful thing and everyone will love you or anything like that. It's just there's some super deep, juicy joy that comes from just having expressed yourself and having put it out in the world. And so that is today's episode of The Happiness Habit. I hope you will join me next time for another little nugget. And until then, I hope you have a beautiful day, and that maybe after this episode you might think, I'll just begin this thing that I've had on my heart for a while. All right, take care, and I will see you next time.